Alright, what's going on, guys? My name is Antonio, and this is the AAS. I'm your host, Antonio. Today, we are going over the Seahawks loss to the San Francisco 49ers. Last time the two sides met up, it was 31-13, but a slight improvement by the Seahawks as they lose still by 28-19. But the question is should the Seahawks still have hope after this loss? I'm going to be going over the reasons why. I'm going to be going over the remaining schedule and how they can still make the playoffs. But for now, let's get started. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you do, please make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you're new. Turn on the notification bell. So let's get started. So I thought this was going to be a blowout because Geno Smith was out, as we all know. But it was actually surprisingly closer than actually a lot of people had originally expected. I know a lot of people are going to say it was a blowout. 28-16 is not a blowout. It was a two-score game by a backup quarterback. A backup in Drew Lock, which we all know if Geno Smith does happen to return, he's not going to be fully 100%. But the Seahawks should have a little bit of hope after this because of these reasons. Last time the Niners faced off against the Seahawks. The Seahawks defense allowed 31 points. This game they only allowed 28. And then the offense, last time they faced them, they allowed 13. This time they allowed 16, which is a lot better than last time. Why I am saying there's a little bit of hope is their schedule. We all know that the Seahawks go against the Eagles next week, which at home, which it could go either way, but I'm still going to have the Eagles pick for that game because that is going to be a massacre of a game for the Seahawks. I would be surprised if we come up with the upset. And then the last three games, on the road in Tennessee, at home against Pittsburgh, which their offense is looking trashy right now. And then, last but not least, the Arizona Cardinals in Arizona. 3 of their next 4 games are easy to win, but they need to get a win. If they are to have any chance of making the playoffs, they need to win the last 3 of their 4 games. So, and here's the thing. I know a lot of people are going to blame it on the defense. It wasn't all on the defense. Part of it was the offense because we all know DK Metcalf got a little heated with Fred Warner at the end of the game by grabbing in his face mask, which he might be out for the first half of the game next week. I'm not sure how that thing goes. But here's the deal. Kenneth Walker was in. Charbonnet was in. JSN were in. Tyler Lockett was in. And DK Metcalf was in. I am probably going to say if Geno Smith was in this game 100% healthy, and if he was playing his best ball, the Seahawks would have probably pulled that upset. Because the Niners, I have said on a few occasions that Purdy isn't an elite quarterback, and I am still questioning that. I am still in question of that. However, the Niners have been a good team throughout the season. After that 3-game losing skid, you pale right back out with a 4-game win streak. Or was it 5-game win streak? I think it was a 5-game win streak. So, there's still a little hope for the Seahawks, especially after what happened to the Eagles against the Cowboys, which, it could go either way in that game, but the Eagles are going to look for somebody to pound, and I think that's going to be the Seahawks. But my point to everybody watching this, both from the Seahawks and the Niners, is this. There's still hope in Seattle. Because if we look at the playoff picture, the Eagles, we don't know if they're going to continue winning or not, if they're going to win the NFC East at all. And then the Niners, they might get the number 1 seed. Because all that needs to happen for the Niners to get the 1 seed is they win out their next 4 games, which is against the Commanders, the Cardinals, the Ravens and the Rams. And meanwhile, the Eagles have to play the Seahawks next week, the Giants twice, and then the Cardinals. If the Eagles lose one of those 4 games, if they lose one of their next 4, the Niners could end up with the number 1 seed, which would be incredible to see because I have tons of respect for Brock Purdy, especially after the beginning parts of this season, because I thought, in my opinion, that Purdy was just a third-string quarterback. I thought he was a third-string quarterback. I thought he was a one-year wonder, but I am not surprised that I was wrong because you got Kyle Shanahan, you got loads of brothers on that offense that can make plays. You got Debo, Ayuk, McCaffrey, Mitchell. I mean, the list goes on and on with the Pro Bowl talent that they have on this offense. And no matter what quarterback you put into this offense, this team is a contender because they have the offense that can get the job done and then the defense that can absolutely devastate the team. I have tons of respect for this 49er fan base. I have tons of respect. I was expecting maybe the Seahawks to get a win, but I was wrong. I am not surprised that I was wrong. Just giving the Niners some credit because they deserve credit where credit is due. And I was wrong. I'm going to admit it. I was wrong about Brock Purdy. I apologize to all 49er fans out there about Brock Purdy. I hadn't thought to be a one-year wonder. I apologize to all fans about that of the Niner fan base. But this Niners team is something to be dealt with. But the Seahawks have a little sliver of hope of making the playoffs. Because if we look at the teams that are in the playoff hunt right now, it is the Packers that just lost to Tommy DeVito. I mean Danny DeVito. Tommy DeVito. I mean Danny DeVito. And then you also have the Rams, which almost came out with an upset against the Ravens, surprisingly. They were this close. And then they also have the Saints and the Falcons. I mean, those 4 teams easily are not very good. I mean, the Packers, sure, they got an upset against the Chiefs, but then again, they lost to Tommy DeVito. I mean Danny DeVito. Tommy DeVito. I mean Danny DeVito. But there's still a sliver of hope for the Seahawks if they make the playoffs. I'm just going to leave it at that. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you're new. Turn on that notification bell. I'll catch you guys in the next one. So long for now.